Good Tuesday afternoon to everyone, and this is your Tuesday midday meditation from Westminster. I hope you're doing well today. This meditation focuses on one of the central themes of Lent, and that is our dependence, human dependence. It's an important thing to think about during Lent. And I'm going to begin with a brief reading from a work by a theologian named Rowan Williams. It's from his essay on being creatures. This is what he says about human dependence. Dependence in human affairs is one of the most complex of subjects. We are afraid of it, both because of the diseased relationships that go with unbalanced dependence, and more deeply because of the strong attraction of the human psyche towards the illusion of omnipotence, or at least the illusion of being an individual, self-regulating system. That's from Rowan Williams. So this is the important thing to ponder during Lent, is this illusion of omnipotence that humans tend to have. The scripture that ministry assistant Rula is going to be preaching on this Sunday, or one of the scriptures, is taken from Ephesians. And I'm just going to read one verse of this Ephesians scripture. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. So Ephesians 2, chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. This is one of the foundational tenets of the Reformed faith, is that our relationship with God is a gift from God, and it's not up to us. Certainly the writer of Ephesians says, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and of course the faith is from you, yet even the faith is a gift from God. It is all a gift of grace. God's favor extended to you. Your response in faith also is a gift. Needless to say, I really don't believe in free will. I know there's a lot of Christians who really put a lot of emphasis on our choosing to follow Jesus, or being born again, or to follow God, and to have faith in God, and that's an important choice. And I do believe that's absolutely an important choice and can change your life. And yet, I don't believe your choices make any bit of difference in your relationship to God. I mean, your ontological, eternal relationship to God. That is established by God. It is a gift of God, as the writer of Ephesians says. And so certainly salvation is not dependent on some choice we have, even though our choice for faith and our living in the faith can be such a dynamic positive for our lives. But this is a gift. It's not something you do. And so in regard to salvation, there's no free will. And I kind of doubt that there's any free will at all. That, the way we live our lives emerge from something that's deep within us. We like to think we're rational creatures, but I don't think we're very rational. I think we respond to anxieties and other deep material in our lives that shape our behaviors. And so I believe this all comes from a very deep place in us, and a very deep place mystically in the universe. I believe it all comes from God. When Jesus is hanging on the cross, one of the things he says is, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I think that this was so true, that the people who were crucifying him, who were perpetrating this great evil, they weren't being rational. Their behavior was coming from someplace else deep within them. So free will, I don't think much of it. And so the most important thing we can do with any free will that we have, is to recognize that life is a gift, that our relationship with God is a gift, and that we respond with thankfulness and with faith. And so I close with a poem by the wonderful poet Mary Oliver. And this poem is called The Gift. Be still, my soul, and steadfast. Earth and heaven both are still watching. Though time is draining from the clock, and your walk that was confident and quick has become slow. So be slow if you must, but let the heart still play its true part. Love still as once you loved, deeply and without patience. Let God and the world know you are grateful that the gift has been given. Please receive your life today as a gift and be thankful. Bye now.